Let's Football Live. Just wait for all of you to tune in. Actually, should I start a little differently today? Should we say, Let's Football Live ilike evarkum swagatam, Nyan Anant Tyagi, for all you Kerala fans who are going to be joining us today? Or should we try something different and should we say, hi, hello, vanakkam, welcome to Football, Let's Football Live, Naan Ungal Anant Tyagi. Hello Jyotishman, hello Lightning Corner. Thank you everyone for joining us on this edition. Now, speaking of different languages, what better way to spend lockdown, isn't it, than to pick up a few languages? And you talk about picking up a few languages. Our special guest today is somebody who comes from Romania. Now, he doesn't just come from Romania because he's been a journeyman footballer. He went to China, he went to Australia, came to India, and he's played for 2 different clubs in the Hero Indian Super League. But he's also seen singing the national anthem. Yes, in the Hero ISL. You will often spot him with his son, who also hums a lot to Punjabi tunes and sings a few Hindi songs as well. So if I were to ask you who I'm bringing on the show, somebody who's truly immersed himself in the culture of India, in the culture of Indian football and the Hero ISL, you'll probably say Lucian Goian. So we're going to welcome Lucian Goian all the way from Romania in just a second. So bear with me. And thank you so much for tuning in to another edition. What better way to spend a Monday, right? I'm trying to pick up a few languages as well. My wife speaks a bit of Nepali, speaks a bit of Marathi as well. She said, why don't you start with Kasakai? But I said, no, today is also about Chennai. And today is also about the Kerala fans. There's plenty lined up for you guys. So hold on as I try and get Lucian Goian, who I can see. And waiting for him to come on.
Hello, hello.
Mr. Goian, how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm doing very well. How about you?
Very good to see you. Very good to see you. See, I was trying my hand at, speaking a bit of Malayalam, speaking a bit of Tamil, and then I realized I may as well just get you on because you're somebody, along with your son, who's been trying to learn different languages in India. Lucian, it's so good to have you on this edition. How have you been spending your lockdown apart from learning more different languages?
First of all, I want to say hi to you, and it's a pleasure to see you again because a long time no see. But also to the fans, everybody who is watching, I want to send my regards and big hugs from Romania. We are doing good. We are home most of the time in lockdown, like most of the countries. I know India is the same. Trying to stay safe to see what is going to happen with this virus and these crazy times that we are living. But we hope that everything is going to be okay as soon as possible and everybody to pass through this well and safe.
Yeah, that's certainly the hope, Lucian. And thanks for that message early doors, because this is an unprecedented pandemic. And when you were playing the closed door final, we would have never imagined that it will come to this where everybody would be locked down. But at least everybody is safe. And I hope everybody who's tuning into this is also staying at home and staying safe until the lockdown continues here in India, at least. Right. So we're going to get cracking, Lucian. There's so much to talk to you about. I mean, we've known each other for what now, 4 or 5 years. And so many stories come to mind when I talk to you, from Mumbai, from playing alongside Forlan and Chetri and Di Federico to, almost becoming the captain to lead Chennai to a 3rd title at the Futoda. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of things, but I'll begin with the obvious. And I'll take a few questions as I ask you the obvious. And the first question is from the Makers with the double Z, who says, who was your idol when you started playing football? And which profession would you like to prefer if you were not playing football?
My idol was Alessandro Del Piero because he was a striker, and when I was a little child with my brother, who is 3 years older than me, we were playing together. Everything was about football, of course. Every day we are inventing a lot of games we are making balls from anything, and we are playing football. And Alessandro Del Piero was top striker in that time, and he was scoring a lot of goals. I remember he was playing for national team of Italy, and he was my idol. But after that, starting to grow up, living in football, I had a lot of idols. But I remember he was my first one. After that, I had some. I liked a lot Carles Puyol from Barcelona. He was an amazing player. Ronaldo, the Brazilian, he was an amazing striker. Zinedine Zidane. I think we have from where to choose because a lot of amazing players. Showed some amazing qualities, and they were example, and they were a model for every football player. If he was young, if he was old, doesn't matter. They were a role model for everybody.
Yeah, Zidane was my hero as well. I mean, one of the reasons why I ended up watching so much football late at night, often getting scolded by my mother or father, was because I was watching Zizou do his business, right? But yeah, Del Piero played in the first season of the Hero ISL, and I'm sure you'd know that as well because you would have done your research before coming to India. But there was a question from the Stadium YT, and he said, "Can you ask him about how he got into football, and was it always his desire to make a career in the game?" And I know your brother had a part to play. I think your brothers had a part to play in this as well, didn't they?
Yeah, because I have 3 older brothers, and all of them they were playing football. And I remember when I was a child, like Luca, like this, and my brother was playing for the local team in first league, and of course I was following the games. I was going to the stadium, and probably I was bored with this for sure. But this going to the games and seeing the atmosphere, it was for me a dream to follow, because everybody is dreaming about playing with a full stadium, people cheering for you, and I am blessed and lucky that I could make my dream come true. For me, that is amazing, and I'm living every moment maximum for this, because having the chance to have the career that I have, to play in front of so many people, to have so many fans, to have the respect of the people, for me, this is everything.
Yeah, and what a journey it turned out to be. You started off in Romania, then you went to China. You spent some time in China as well. I just saw a question from somebody who was asking about how the football in India is different from Romania, and that's possibly the next thing I wanted to ask you. But not just in terms of how the football is different from Romania, Lucian, because you went to China, you also plied your trade for a couple of months in Australia on loan, and then you played for 2 different ISL clubs. What is the major difference that you've seen in the standards in these different countries?
First of all, difference between ISL and the Romanian league. ISL is much more better organized, and in terms of marketing, publicity, facilities. Also now in Romania, the teams start to have very good facilities. The attendance for the games is much better in India, because in Romania, excepting 3-4 teams, all the other teams, they don't have too many fans. Many teams, they are moving from a city to another, and it's difficult to have fans. But in India, playing all the time with almost a full stadium, and the atmosphere that the fans are making for the games, that is different. Also, I spent 3 years. It was my first overseas experience. It was something new. I remember when I left to China, Luca was only 5 months old. At the beginning, I rejected the offer 2 or 3 times because he was too small. But after that, when I saw that they are pushing it, I said probably this is my way. God is sending me there with a reason. And if I was not going to China, probably I was never coming to India, because in China, I worked for 6 months with Alexander Guimaraes. He was the man who brought me in Mumbai, because he was appointed as a coach in Mumbai. He called me and said he needs a defender. He wants me there if I want to join. And for me, it was something new, a new experience. I had a good reference from Adrian Mutu, who was playing for Pune. And he said, no worries, you can go. You'll enjoy your life there with the family. They take care of everything, and he was right.
Yeah, fantastic. I was going to ask you, what prompted your move to India and who inspired you to come to India, but you already answered that question. I didn't know there was that relationship with Guimaraes before you came to India, but it's good to know, because you had a great season in 2016. That's season 3 of the Hero ISL, when Mumbai finished as league winners. And you had you had the tightest defense in the league. I think you only conceded 8 goals in 14 games in that season.
8 goals.
And Amrinder won the Golden Glove as well. Amrinder is somebody I'd like to talk to you about as well, but later on. Yeah. But just tell us about that season, Lucian, because apart from Amrinder, who we'll touch upon later, there was Forlan, there was Di Federico, who was in good form, and there was the Indian icon, Sunil Chhetri. What was it like playing alongside these guys as you had, the success that you did in 2016?
I remember that Amrinder and Sunil, they came later because they were still under contract with Bengaluru until they were kicked off from AFC, and they played the final because we were praying every day, every game when they're playing, okay, to lose, not to qualify, to come faster to join the team because we need them. But they were keep winning, and they played the final, and they came later. But that was a really amazing season. Was my first season in India. The impact was great, but also we had good players, amazing players with good qualities, but we were a very good group. That was, I think, the best group I ever worked in my career. We had also good results, and probably that was giving us, the power to build that group. But with some amazing players, also the local players, the foreigners, all quality players, very good training. They were training very good. They were giving everything in training. Outside the pitch, it was difficult because the season was very short. I remember every 2-3 days we were playing. We didn't have too much time. Sometimes we didn't train for 2-3 weeks because we were playing. Next day because recovery. Next day we were traveling for the away game. So, but the group was amazing, and staying every day in the hotel together, it was not easy. But we had Diego with us. He was amazing, and he was a leader, and the same. He was a role model for us. De Federico, Sonny Norde, he was also with us. Ashutosh Mehta, he was a very good guy, and he was loving us, and he was a good guy. He was the one who was establishing the connection between the local players and the foreigners. I remember when we left after the last game, the semi-final that we drove home with ATK. Next day, around midnight, we left the hotel. All the foreigners, we left probably around 1 a.m. or something like that. All the players came to the in front of the hotel, the lobby. They came with us to the bus when we were leaving for the airport. We were hugging. And I remember Mehta was crying. Mehta, he had tears in his eyes. And after we left, he sent a message to the group, said, thanking us for everything, and he said that is the most amazing group that he ever worked with. And the results were really good. I think we were really unlucky in the semi-final with ATK because I think we were, if we're qualifying for the final, we could be champions.
Yeah, great. I'm sure if Ashutosh listens to this, he'll be really happy because he did really well recently with Mohan Bagan as well, who've now joined the Hero ISL with ATK, and he won the I-League with Aizawl up in the mountains. So
I just spoke with him. I think 2-3 days I spoke with him, and I was saying to him that I'm very happy he had some great seasons, and hoping to see him in ISL because he really deserves.
Fantastic. Now. The other Indian that I'm sure everybody wants to ask you about is the man who was on Let's Football Live just before you came on, and that was Amrinder Singh. And he was speaking very highly of you, of course, because you guys go back a long way, the best of friends, I'm sure, off the pitch. But there was somebody who just put in a message saying, Lucian, you went to Chennai and you broke our hearts and you put that goal. And in goal that time was Amrinder Singh. Just tell us how did that friendship develop, Lucian, first of all, with Amrinder? And what's with the bromance all over social media with Amrinder Singh?
I think it was like chemistry from the first time when we met. He's an amazing player, first of all, because I think he's the best goalkeeper, with all due respect for Gurpreet, because I like him also. But I think Amrinder, he's a good player, and he's a good character. And the same, he's a player for the group, because he was very involved keeping the group together, keeping the good atmosphere. He knew when to push us to be serious, to be focused for the moment. He knew when to start the music in the bus or in the locker room before the games, to put some Punjabi songs to make our blood move in the body. He was amazing, and we started to be friends. I think very easy and very fast. And also with the other with Balwan Singh, with Anwar. Every time I had a connection with the Punjabi boys. Luca also, he was saying that he's Punjabi, like them. Every time we were together, and every time not only when is good, when we have good results, when the atmosphere is good, because also sometimes in football you have some moments, difficult moments, some moments when the things are not working well. But also in that moments is very important to keep together and to make the difference between a good joke and encourage for training and he was that kind of guy.
What did you tell him, Lucian, after the full-time whistle at the Mumbai Football Arena once your goal ensured Chennai went through and Mumbai were knocked out?
He congratulated me because, of course, he was not happy. He was disappointed, but he congratulated me. Also, the coach, Jorge Costa, he came to congratulate me. For me, I was very happy that I could help my team to qualify for the semis. I was happy for my goal. I was not dreaming to score a late goal, the goal that will qualify for us. I was feeling bad for Mumbai, but also I was feeling a little bit like a little revenge. I don't know. I was, to tell you honest, maybe now is the first time when I say this. I was really disappointed that Mumbai didn't extend my contract because I think I was deserving that, and I think they still needed me because I was 3 years in the club and we did a fantastic job together, and we started to build a good group. They didn't have any reasons to be worried about to have any injuries or something because that was not the case. So I was a little disappointed because I didn't want to change. I wanted to stay there. I touched for Mumbai. I love the city, and I had a lot of friends. I still have a lot of friends that I keep in touch with in Mumbai. And I was feeling a little bit revenged when after I scored the goal.
I'm sure the Super Machans and the Beast and Blues were celebrating. They wouldn't have complained, even though the West Coast Brigade still call you, a certified Mumbai City FC legend. But the interesting thing is, Lucian, your last ever, if I'm wrong, correct me. Your last ever game for Mumbai City FC was in the Super Cup. I think it was the 29th of March, and you were playing Chennaiyin FC, and Chennaiyin FC beat you guys. I thought maybe that prompted the move to Chennai. You said, okay, may as well just go with the winners.
That was the sign, no? That was the sign. Yeah, I remember the last game was the Super Cup against Chennai. I think we lost 3-1 or 3-0, something like that.
Yeah. 2-0, I think it was. Yeah, JJ scored, and I think CK Vineet scored for Chennaiyin FC in that game in the Super Cup.
Yes.
Yeah. So was that the reason why you thought, okay, now it's time to move on? Not because of the result, of course, but because of the fact that you thought your time was done. You were the only foreigner in that Mumbai squad playing in the Super Cup.
Yes, because all the other foreigners, they had their contract was expiring, and they left, and I had to stay. And but for me was no problem. Even now, if you ask me, I wouldn't leave India after the final. I wish that was the Super Cup happening to stay more there, to play more games, because maybe 2-3 weeks in holiday it was okay, but now I started to really miss football and to miss training and to miss training with the team, because here I'm training, but it's not the same. And if you ask me if tomorrow the pre-season will start and I will be called in India, tonight I book my ticket, and I miss training. I miss the atmosphere inside the team. all the chat with the guys, the tension before the games, the everything, the passion of the fans, the full stadium. I don't know. I don't want to think about the moment when I have to say stop. I think it's going to be really difficult, and for now I don't want to say stop, and I want to enjoy as much as I can, because football for me is everything, and I enjoy every moment being part of this sport.
Yeah, I can just see a question that came in from Brash Aqua, so I'm just going to ask it straight up. Are you coming back to Chennaiyin FC next season?
I don't know nothing so far. Probably because of this situation, the things are on hold in Chennai. I would love to come, and I would like to continue with Chennai. I think I had a good season, and this gives me hope to continue and to take part of ISL 7. It will be amazing for me. Yeah,
and that will also be your fifth season, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so that'll be your fifth season in India. So
if I was younger, I could apply for passport.
Yeah, absolutely. But you walked into a Chennaiyin FC dressing room, Lucian, which was in a bit of turmoil because they'd had a poor season in 2018-19, and it didn't quite go to plan in the first 6 games. I think Chennai only scored 4 goals in the first 6 games. What was the reason for that massive turnaround under Owen Coyle? What did he say to you guys when he took over? All the way till he led you to the final.
First of all, we started bad this season. I don't know, when we started the preseason in Ahmedabad, we had 1 month together there, and we started to know each other, because we were more than half. We were a completely new team with new players. We didn't know each other. We didn't know our habits. We didn't have any game relations, and that was difficult. And for that, you need time. You cannot just snap your fingers and in 1 month to be a good group, to be a strong team. It's difficult. Can happen, but you see the teams that they qualified also this year, Bengaluru, ATK, Goa, they keep most of it. They keep the same. Goa, Bengaluru, if you compare the ISL 5 and ISL 6, is almost the same squad, and that's why they were successful. For us, it was difficult, and we started bad. We were not scoring. This was also a pressure for the people up front. We were conceding goals, and that was killing me, because I was not used to concede so many goals. We were not defending good, I can tell you honest, and I was not happy also about myself, because it was tough. But after the club decided to change, to bring Owen Coyle, because he had some guts to take over the team in the situation that we had. But from the first moment when he joined the team, he said that he trusts us, and he was talking about champions. I'm not lying to you. He was talking, we are last on the table, and every training, come on guys, we have to train better, we have to train more to become champions. And we were watching, looking each other, come on, this guy is talking about champions. We're last on the table. We had 5 games, we scored 2 goals. But after that, I remember we drew in Jamshedpur with a late goal, with a handball, because we were leading 1-0. After we lost in Odisha, and we went to Hyderabad, and we won 3-0, and probably that was the start. And after we started the series, and we started to win every game, we started to play better and better. We started to defend much better. We started to know each other, to have some game relation, and that was a amazing run. To have 9 games, 7 wins and 2 draws. Draw against Bengaluru, also a strong team home. And the last game in Northeast we draw. But and we had like 9 finals, because we were talking. We started to win. Okay, he said we won 2-3 games, but it's not gonna be easy. And I was seeing the schedule to see what teams we are facing. We're facing ATK away, strong team. We're facing Kerala home. They are playing very good. Bengaluru home, Mumbai away, the last game. But with trust, and you asked me what he did, what he bring new. I think he gives us a lot of confidence. He was every single player, doesn't matter if he was old or young, or he was giving confidence, and he was trying as much as he can to be positive. And even if some players they were making some mistakes, he was encouraging them, and it was not easy for the players. But the players, they felt that they have the support of the coach, and the coach trusts them, and this gives them a lot of confidence. He knew when to raise his voice, he knew when to shout in training, he knew when to stop the training and to have a chat with us because we are not training good. He knew the same. He knew when to play the music in the locker room. He knew when to take us out to play some bowling or to watch a movie together. All these small details made us reach the final, because it was not easy. And I remember we were playing. If we were losing one game, probably we're out. And we were winning and winning and winning, and qualified. After qualifying against Goa, that also was amazing. And when we played the final,
incredible dream run, wasn't it? I mean, you talk about some of those games. Kerala, I think it was 6-3 the scoreline. You talk about the difficulty of ATK, where you beat them 3-1 when ATK were in good form. And of course, I mean, the script couldn't have been better than, beating Mumbai 1-0 away from home as you move from the Mumbai football arena and made Marina Arena your home. I mean, these things are just written in the stars sometimes, Lucian. But a fascinating story, really, because, not many people would have believed. I remember there was a video that came out from Chennaiyin FC where, they talked about Autumn Reloaded, and they talked about how we need to believe, we need to give back to our fans. At what point in time did you guys collectively as a group, I mean, Shembri, I mean, Pirtulescu, I mean, Valskis, Crivellaro, all the Indian guys as well, start believing that, guys, this is not about making up numbers or just making the playoffs. This is now about becoming champions, like Owen Coyle has been saying.
I think after we started to win, I think after 2-3 games that we won, everybody started now to talk about Chennai, because before nobody was talking about Chennai. Also, the analysts from TV, they start to talk more, to analyze more Chennai, because the beginning they were not doing this. And after, when we started to win, we were feeling much confident, and we were feeling that we could really reach the semifinals, because this was the first objective, to reach the top 4. It was not easy, and we were watching the other teams' results, and some results were not helping us, because the teams that we were in competition with, they were winning also. And but our play improved a lot, and this gives us the confidence. And one more thing, the owners, they were with us. We were last in the table. And Vita ma'am, she was coming before every game. I remember it was Diwali. Everybody staying home with family. We were playing home in Chennai, and she came and she spent all her day with us in this hotel. Before we left from the hotel to the stadium, he came to say 2-3 words to encourage, and she was saying, we were last on the table, and she was saying, I trust you. I have confidence in you. You have to believe in yourself. Everything is going to change. And also for experienced players, but for the young players, that was amazing, because they were seeing that the club is still behind them. It's like a child when you have your father behind. He's going to show off because my father is behind. He's safe. He's feeling safe. We are feeling safe, because this is not happening, for example, in Europe. In many Eastern countries, it's not happening. When you have bad results, everybody is living away from the team. They look bad to you. They don't. But that was not happening in India and in Chennai. And you saw the result.
Again, fascinating insight. And I remember watching the ISL unfiltered version on the ISL website as well a couple of days ago. And Abhishek Bachchan goes up to Balwant Singh and, congratulates him, because he's a former Chennai player after the final is over. He also goes and consoles the team. Vita Dani comes and says, get up. It's okay. There's no need to feel disappointed, because you've got to celebrate the journey that Chennai have had instead of feeling disappointment with the destination that couldn't quite be. But you spoke of the younger players as well, Lucian, and I wanted to know in particular your observations about somebody who's been looked at as one of the brightest stars coming out of Indian football in Anirudh Thapa, who you played alongside, and Lallianzuala Singh, who was in a goal-scoring spree in this season of the ISL.
They had an amazing season, and I'm very happy for them because they scored some very important goals, and they are young, and they make the future to sound better for the national team also, because the national team now needs young players like them. And to tell you honest, Thapa, I knew from the beginning that he have very good qualities, but he's very intelligent player, and he needs confidence, because I don't know what happened when he played few games in national team. We were watching with the guys. We were watching the game. He didn't have in national team the confidence that Owen Coyle give him in Chennai. And when you give confidence to a player, some players they don't care. Maybe some don't, but some of them they need confidence, and the coach gives them the confidence that they need, and I think they can still play better. Thapa can play better. Chante, he can play better, my opinion. So they had an amazing season, but they can become better and better because they have an amazing qualities. Chante, they call him He's a flash. He's like a flash.
He's a flash.
And now he starts to play game by game. This is a winning experience, and that makes him better. Also, Thapa, playing every game along German. They make a very good couple together after with Edwin. He started also to have confidence, and the goal that he scored against Goa was amazing. That was the cherry on the cake. He really deserved, and his training, they are both training very good. And when you train, when you give football is giving you back the moments that you deserve.
Fabulous. I'll remember that line, Lucian. Thank you so much. It goes straight into my little diary that I maintain over here. But yeah, that's great, because a lot of people want to know about Edwin Sydney Vansfall as well, because out of the three guys we spoke about, Thapa and Chante have already played and scored for the national team. But Edwin Sydney Vansfall is looking to break through, and he had that kind of a season. But he had a lot to learn from the guys like, Crivellaro, from Valscase, who were really good in and around him. What did you make of playing alongside these two, and in particular your partner in defense, Eli Sabia?
Yeah, in the front, like I said, in the beginning, they were not scoring, and that was a pressure, and they were a little frustrated, the same like I was frustrated because we were conceding goals. But after they start to score, and you saw what goals they scored, both of them, and they were an amazing couple. Rafa, he have an amazing technique and great left foot, and he's Brazilian, of course, that's right. And Nerka, the feeling in front of the goal is amazing, and being the right man in the right time, being there, and sometimes he was scoring from some very difficult position. So I remember in some games at the beginning the relation was not too good between us, the players, not only with him, because we were at the beginning we didn't know each other. But after that, we started, the families also came for Christmas. We spent a lot of time together and start to build a good relation. And sometimes he was not scoring in one game. I said, listen, be patient. It's going to come, the goal, because you are working hard. It was not easy. I said, even if you didn't score today, but you are running a lot, and you are helping the team a lot, and you are winning all the duels. Next game, you're going to score. Doesn't matter. In the halftime, he was upset. He had 2 chances. He didn't score. Take your time. It's gonna come. And in the last minute, like in PK, he was scoring along with the goalkeeper. He scored. The same. This is a reward because he was working hard. Edwin, he started the beginning. We had to push him a lot because he was not. He was a little bit on his feet in training sometimes, and we could see that he has good qualities, and we are starting to push him to be more strong in training, because like you train, the way you train, the way like this you play. This is happening always in football, my opinion. So if you are training good, if you are 100% in training, then the game is going to be the same. And after he started as right back. After he started to play in the middle, this is also a very good leverage for him, because he can play two positions. And I was very happy that he was called for the national team. I was with him making an interview on Marina Arena when he got the news. He got the message that he was on the list for national team. He was very, very happy and very proud. And I told him he doesn't have to stop. I want to see him first 11, because he deserves and he have the abilities to be there. Elis Abia, what I said about the others, it was about him also, because he's a very good player. His training, amazing. He's an amazing player in training. He's always not 100, he's 120%. And he's very professional. We are also very good family friends. With his wife, with his daughter, Luca they still keep in touch, and they chat on video with Valentina. And after we started to feel better together, like I said, if you put Sergio Ramos and Piqué to play together in one team, first games, even if they are top players, I don't know if they will play, but after a few games, few weeks, they will play better and better, and they will be the best couple of defenders in the world. But they need time. You need time to build the relation. You need time to build the game relation, because it's very important to know each other. Maybe after you start to, even after a few games, after 1 month, 2 months, when you jump for a duel, you know that he's there for you. For something like that.
Yeah, I just lost you there for a second, Lucian. Sorry, but I got most of it. So, and I can see that chemistry was, that chemistry off the pitch with Elis Abia clearly reflected on the pitch as well, which is what led to that dream run with Chennaiyin FC. But listen, a lot of people are asking about the national anthem. People are asking about Luca. People are asking about, so many things, including, hello, Luca, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm very well. Nice jersey, by the way.
Thank you.
You have a message for the Chennai fans since you're wearing the Chennai jersey today?
Actually, I really have. I hope I see you all again. After all this thing with the COVID-19, I hope to see you again back in this jersey.
Fantastic, Luca. Listen, no, you're not going to go away so easily, because I believe your father has told me that you love speaking a little bit of Hindi and you like listening to some Punjabi songs. Which is your favorite Punjabi song? Is there one that you can tell us?
Punjabi song would be Ego.
Gary Sandhu.
Oh, Gary Sandhu. Okay. And who introduced you to that Punjabi song?
My dad.
Oh, your dad did. Lucian, who told you about that Punjabi song?
Guess who? You have one option.
Amrinder Singh?
Of course. Every time if you were with them in the apartment or in the hotel room after the games or before the games, and Punjabi, everything is about music. Now I had German Deepak in Chennai, the same. Speaker is always like a keychain, is the speaker. So the music is there every time.
No, it's amazing, because I've seen a few videos of Luca, humming to Punjabi tunes, dancing as well to some Punjabi music as well, if I remember correctly. But if I were to ask Luca to choose between Mehrajuddin Wadu and Amrinder Singh, who will you choose? Because you guys are
who?
Mehrajuddin Wadu. Remember Wadu? Wadu bhai?
Wadu or Muhammad? If you can ask him about Muhammad, his son, because this is his brother, Muhammad. They were like, all
right, so let's talk about I know, I remember I was just coming to Wadu bhai's son as well, but I've seen them hang around so much. So what makes you guys, what do you guys do when you're in India together, when you're in the hotel?
Well, much of the time we played together. We were going to the pool when Vadu was, for example, coach to the second team of Pune. he was coming to the hotel, playing with me at the pool.
Football every time, 1 against 1 they were playing, and they were fighting sometimes because both they want to win, and they were playing 1 against 1. Luca, actions. Yes.
We were choosing one part of the pool. That was the goal. We were saying, for example, I'm gonna be Gorplitarnik. It's gonna be Vadu and Dayanoku. So.
What song you were singing together?
Nano me sapana pe dil aa gaya. No me sapana.
Chigo.
Ego, it's like this. Mardina bandan taigo mardi, mot mardina bandan taigo mardi, mot mardina bandan taho me mardi.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going to send this clip to Amrinder Singh just to see if he can sing better than you, Luca, but I'm sure he cannot do that.
No.
But by one point, he can't, right?
Anwar, he's singing very good. Senaj also, he's singing very good, but Amrinder, no.
Yeah.
He has a lot of qualities, but he's not a good singer.
Fabulous. Okay. And finally, I'm going to get back to Luca. Actually, he's around as well, right? Because Lucian, there are so many questions coming in about Chennaiyin FC and all of that. In fact, I was going to play a quiz with you since we've got Luca as well. Maybe Luca can help you over there. I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of your teammates that you've played alongside.
Okay.
It's a segment that I'm calling. You can call it Who Am I or Tiki Taka, because I'll give you small clues and you'll have to guess the player who you've either played against or played with. Okay, are you ready for it?
Yep.
So Tiki Taka, the first clue for the player that I'm looking for is I captained Brazil at FIFA Under-17 World Cup 2009.
Gerson.
Well done. First clue and you got it right. Gerson Vieira.
Yes.
Does Luca remember, or was he too young to remember Gerson Vieira playing with you in Mumbai?
You remember Gerson, no?
Definitely. I was with her daughter playing every time.
What's her name?
Really?
I forgot it right now. Manu.
You've forgotten Gerson's
Manu.
Oh, well done.
Okay.
All right, brilliant. So my second 1-0 for you. Yeah, well done. You got 2 goals this season. Let's see if you can get 3 right in this. Okay. I have won the Premier League with Manchester United in 2003 rather, and Europa League with Atletico Madrid in 2009-10.
Luca, you know?
Diego Forlan.
Well done, buddy. I should be asking Luca these questions because that will be more fun, Lucian.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The third one, 2-0 by the way. I took 13 matches to reach 10 Hero ISL goals. Only Koro reached the landmark faster than me. This is a tough one.
Vasquez.
Well done, sir.
Vasquez, because I knew that he doesn't have too many games because he stayed only 1 season. Because all the others, yeah.
The funny thing is I've got 4 clues written for every player and you're getting it right in the first clue. Right? You're knocking it out of the park. It's like never missing a penalty, right? The last one is I currently hold the record for the most number of goals by any under-23 player in Hero ISL history. He scored 15 goals, which is the most for any under-23 player in Hero ISL. I'm hoping Luca will break that record one day in the ISL.
Yeah, under-23, he has 15 goals.
Let me tell you.
In the ISL.
JJ? No. JJ.
But you're close. You're close. Because JJ is the Mizo sniper.
Oh, Mizo, you know who is Mizo Flash?
Chante.
Well done. So I gave you a bit of a clue there, but there's Luca, so it's a lot more fun to just give it away. But well done, Luca. Well done, Lucian. That's 4 out of 4, by the way.
Thank you very much.
You can be really proud of yourself. Okay, now I'm going to get to some fan questions. We call this segment One Touch, Let's Football Live.
Okay.
So if Luca wants to stay around and help you, why not? But these are questions that have come in from fans. So I'm going to try and take them all together. And the only condition is, Luca and Lucian, that you can only answer in 1 word or 1 sentence. Okay. So they're going to be about your career and things that you've observed about the Hero ISL. So all set to go for One Touch, Let's Football Live?
Yep.
Okay. The first question is from Statsmaster 1551 or Anson Sibi. Both have asked the same question. What was your favorite moment in this season or your most unforgettable moment in ISL?
The goal against Mumbai.
Luca, what was your favorite moment of that?
Of my dad in the whole ISL.
Yeah, and which is your favorite moment watching your dad play in the ISL?
But there are actually two. It's the game of my dad with Mumbai when he scored the goal, and when he scored at Mumbai against Northeast.
All right, okay. Do you know how many goals your dad has scored in the ISL? Aha, I got you there. Lucian, you know the answer. Come on, don't let me down.
How many?
I don't know. I forgot.
5.
Well done. Okay, fine. All right, Luca, more.
He remembers Andrew's commentary from the first goal. How was that?
Andy Pascalidis' commentary, was it?
Look at that.
How was it, Luca?
Scoring against.
If anyone
could
deserve this. He was
This
repeating
was-
that every time. He was playing it on his phone and he was repeating Andrew's commentary during the game. Okay, next.
Look, he loves you because of Perth glory, by the way. It's got nothing to do with the IS. All right, moving on to the second question. From I am Arif 11, and he says, which city you like the most, Chennai or Mumbai?
I like more Mumbai.
You like Mumbai more as a city?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one from Pragatej CR7, best defender in ISL.
Wait, but you
Luca.
know my dad?
Yeah, okay. Besides your dad, your favorite defender in ISL or the best defender in ISL for you?
Well, there are some, but I think.
Say one.
Eli Sabia.
Eli Sabia. Lucian, what about you?
I go for Thierry.
Thierry,
He was
okay.
injured, but he's a good player and he had a good season with the team. But unfortunately, he got injured. But now I think he's okay.
Yeah, what a player Thierry is. A lot of people have picked him in their all-time ISL 11 as well because of ATK and Jamshedpur. Okay, next question from MSD UYIR or Drona 10. Both have asked the same. Who's the best striker in ISL? Or he's also there's a different way of asking who's the toughest striker you've defended against?
The best striker was Varskis for sure this season because he had an amazing goal scoring. He's a goal scoring machine, and he was a very important player for the team to help to reach the final. The toughest player I played against, Krishna.
Roy Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Luca, your favorite striker? You want to help Dad?
Well, from this season would be Nelson, because if you put the ball in front of him, just shoot it in the top corner. So he's a scoring machine.
It's difficult to choose because there are a lot of good strikers. Marcelino also is a good striker. Sunil, he's a good striker. He's a scorer also. Koro, amazing player with an amazing feeling for goal, and he's anticipating the ball very good. Many times he's creating a lot, but sometimes he's just he knows where to be just to put it in the goal. I think every team, because many times there are people, reporters, they were asking me before the game on the live, you play against this strong striker, you play against Koro today, how it's gonna be? It's a very strong. The next game against Arindane is of course every team have the best. One of the best players is a striker. If you look at the team, so every game it was difficult for us.
Luca, who's your favorite Indian striker? That's not a question. I'm asking you that.
Indian striker, I think Sunil.
Sunil Chetri.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fairly easy pick. A lot of Indians would pick him as well. A lot of people saying Ogbeche also, by the way. There are a lot of Kerala fans who tune into all our Let's Football live sessions. The next question.
I forgot about Ogbeche. Amazing player. One of the best strikers who were in the ISL, in my opinion. And amazing character. Amazing character.
Yeah, great leader as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
The next question from Only Soccer. How much you love Marina Marchand? In one word, in a sentence, what would you like to say about Chennaiyin FC and their fans?
In one word.
Yeah.
I have the word in my mind.
Say the word.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
All right, amazing and fantastic.
It was very happy. I was very happy. I was talking with the guys in the team before the end of the season that after the last year, Chennai didn't have the good results, and people they took some distance from the team. But with our results this season and with the fact that we reached the final, we brought them together.
Yeah.
We brought them back to the stadium. I remember the semi-final against Goa home. It was like 20,000 people. It was the biggest number of fans who attend this season for Chennai. It was amazing. Yeah. And this is everything because of us. I said to the players, listen, we have to be proud of this because we brought the people back. When we started the season, 2,000 were coming. But after they start, we have a good attitude. We have good results. We have a good play because we are playing open. We are scoring goals. We are conceding. We are not making Italian catenaccio, to finish the game 0-0 or 1-0 and with 2-3 opportunities to score. I think there is no game that we played this season to have less than 15, 20 chances to score every game. Us and the opponents. So this is nice for the people to enjoy, because if you are coming as a fan, if you pay the ticket or if you're watching the game on TV and you have 2 chances for the game and the game is finishing 1-0 from a corner or something, it was the game, but it was not. But when you have the suspense and the missing opportunities, scoring goals, saving penalties, missing penalties, this is show. For these people, they pay the ticket to what they want to do.
Fantastic, and that's what Chennai did, didn't they? They played attractive and aggressive football. They didn't just make up the numbers even when the times were difficult. There was a question that came in from somebody called Tenacious. He said, "What is that story of the picture that you have with Paul Scholes? Can you tell us a little bit about it?"
When I was playing for Dinamo Bucharest in Romania, we played the qualification for Champions League against Manchester United.
Aha, there you go. And Luca, How does Luca rate Paul Scholes? Who's your favorite European player, Luca?
My favorite European player, I think it would be. Let me think about this.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Then.
Yeah.
Both are very good. So, but I cannot.
You have to pick one. Who would you pick, Messi or Ronaldo?
I think Messi.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Luca. Right. Very quickly, Lucian, a question from Red Soul 2002. Any reason behind the jersey number 18? I think you were wearing 6 for Chennai, weren't you?
Yeah.
Somebody's asked you for jersey number 18.
18 was Jerry was having 18, but I choose 18 because of Luca. Because he was born on 18th of August, so that was my lucky number. And I remember before the season, Jerry said, "No, I will give you 18 if you want." But I said, "No, you have to keep it for you because it's your number. I don't want you to change it to give it to me." And that's why I took 6. 6 it was free, so I took 6. But that is just a number. It's not so, my opinion.
Somebody just asked, what is your kid's favorite position, since we're talking about Luca still? And he's, by the way, taken over your Instagram live completely.
Yeah. So, your favorite position?
Well, I think it would be midfielder. Because he can go to score goals, but then when you have to come back, you can come back and tackle or something like this.
Now she's playing left back because she's left-footed. And he's playing left back, and sometimes he plays also center midfielder. I try to push him in the up front to be a striker or a midfielder because too many defenders in our family, so we want to have
move them up.
We want to have.
You want to move? You want to move them up from defense to midfield now.
I started as a striker when I was a kid, and
right.
I don't know how I ended up in the defense. My brother told me that I don't have to break the family tradition because all my 3 brothers, they were defenders.
Yeah.
I started as a striker, but finally I ended up as a defender.
Look, Luca's doing exactly what Edwin Sydney Vansfall did. Started as a fullback and then also played in central midfield. So not bad, is it?
Yeah. But I like also the position of goalkeeper.
You also like goalkeeper. Now you can't be playing in goal and playing in midfield and as a fullback, Luca. You got to pick one. So no Amrinder Singh for you.
When you are a child, you play all the positions that you like.
Yeah, I know. Fantastic. This is a lot of fun. All right. Okay. I'm quickly moving through the questions now. Salman asks, who's the best dancer in Chennaiyin FC?
Deepak and Edwin.
Deepak Tangri. Between the two, who's the better dancer?
Deepak, I think.
Deepak Tangri. Okay. Luca, who's the worst dancer in the Chennai FC dressing room?
The worst.
Oh, I'm gonna...
Rafa, he never danced.
Yes.
So he's the worst.
Look, he can score from 50 yards out, so he doesn't need to dance, right? So, what a player.
Yes.
Right. Son of Abba says, who's the best Indian defender that you've played with? Or you watched?
That I played with? Anwar Ali.
Okay.
I played the long team in ISL 3. It was an amazing partnership, and we had a really good defense.
Luca, your favorite Indian defender in the ISL?
I think Anwar is.
He's playing in I-League now in Punjab, Minerva Punjab.
Then
Pritam Kotal, he had a good season.
Pritam, yeah.
Pritam had a good season for ATK, but he's more a right back, but now playing 3 in the back. He was
3 in the back, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Jenny has just asked Luca to pick up a little bit of Tamil as well. So, Luca, that's your next assignment, to pick up a little bit of Tamil. I started this Let's Football live session with a bit of Tamil, so I'm trying to pick up as well. So, should we give that as a challenge to each other, that the next time we meet Luca, we'll be speaking at least 2 sentences of Tamil to each other? Done?
You can teach him now one, he'll memorize.
Remember.
Well, I started the session with Vanakkam to Let's Football Live, and I said Naan Ungal Anant Tyagi, which means my name is Anant Tyagi, I'm guessing, because that's what I was taught.
Nalungan?
Naan Ungal Anant Tyagi. So Naan Ungal Luca. Yeah.
Ungal Anant Tyagi.
Yeah. So there you go. Well done. So we'll keep working on this, and I'm sure the Chennai fans will help you out. Which takes me to the next question from M Ramesh, which was on YouTube, and Dhanya also asked this on Facebook. Which coach do you like the most in ISL?
For me, was Owen Coyle in this season, because we were in cardiorespiratory arrest, something like that, and he brought us back to life. He did an amazing. It was not easy, like I said. I don't know how many coaches had the courage to take over a team in our position, but he trusted us, and he trusted that he can reach the final. And like I said, when we were last on the table, he was talking about final, and we were thinking, come on, this guy is not. He's out of his mind. Yeah. He's talking about the final, and we did it. We did it. So for me, he's the best coach, and all the confidence that he gives to the players, and I think he was the best coach this year. Also, a lot of good coaches in ISL. Antonio Habas is a very good coach. Elko, Jorge Costa also, he's a very good coach. This is a thing that will help to improve the level of the league. Bringing good foreigner coaches, bringing good foreigner players. You saw how important for some young players to play with some experienced players. They can improve a lot. This is also one thing that I wanted to say a long time ago. And now I saw that they are thinking about reducing the number of foreigners. I think that will not be a good idea, because to improve, you still need 3-4 years to leave the same number of foreigners, because just like that, the young players coming from behind can improve, and also the league have to be longer, because now the break is a very long break, and imagine all the other players now, they are stopped, they are not training, stay 4 or 5 months without training with the team, because I'm sure they are all professional and they're training home, but it's different. It's different to train home, to make some runnings, and all the good shape and everything that you win during the season, and the abilities and everything, you don't forget, but you are not the same. And the break being too long, in this break, if you have 2-3 months extra football or training, the improvement can be faster and bigger, in my opinion. I forgot to mention Alexander Guimaraes, because he was 2 years in Mumbai, so he's a very good coach. Now he's in South America. He won the championship last year in Colombia.
Yeah, and he's the one who got you essentially to India as well. But I mean, what a journey you've had, Lucian. Especially some great memories this season, including that winner in Mumbai, and then that goal against Goa, and that fabulous victory for Chennai over the ISL League winners who won the Shield eventually. So it's been great. But the one question that everybody's asked, and asked not just from you but also Luca, is, and I'll take one which is from Prasanna Balakrishnan, which is, what has inspired you to learn the Indian national anthem in games? Because it's a beautiful sight to see, he says, you singing the anthem. And both of you do it. I've seen both of you do it. So what inspired you to do it?
You have the
Yeah, please, Luca. Tell me.
My dad said this a few times, and I remembered. I remember that he said that he was hearing Amrinder next to him singing the anthem, and that encouraged him to sing the national anthem, and he encouraged me.
He was singing so proud the anthem, Amrinder, and I said after the break, before the break, I said, listen, I will sing with the anthem with you next year. Yeah. He was not believing that, But after I learned the lyrics in holiday, Luca also, he was learning with me. I didn't say nothing to no one. And I remember first game, I started to sing the anthem. All the other players, they were like this, bending forward to see who is singing. I was singing so loud with Amrinder. And after it was a good moment for me. I was feeling proud, and I was feeling good to sing the anthem. It was a way for me to show the respect for India, because I lived a lot of great moments there, and I have a lot of friends there that I keep in touch with. So that was my way to show my gratitude.
And we can't wait to have you both back. We're coming to the end of this now, Luca and Lucian. Thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun, by the way, but because they all love you so much, the fans, whether it's the West Coast Brigade or the Beast and Blues or the Super Machans or the Kerala Blasters fans who once again tuned in big numbers, your message, guys, to these fans. I'll take Luca first, and then I'll come to you, Lucian.
Yep.
So the message for everybody in India, all the fans.
Yes.
Everybody.
Hope to see you all again after all these kisses and love from all of us.
Also from
thank you, Luca.
Big thank you to all. I know I have a lot of fans, and this is making me happy. You couldn't imagine. You cannot imagine what feeling I have when I open my Instagram and I see all the messages that I get for every post and for every photo I put. I cannot say how happy I was to see that I was in the team of the season, 10th team of the season. and voted not from for fans from Mumbai and Chennai only, from fans from Kerala, from every city I go. I get messages, and some of them they are asking to come to the hotel to have a photo with me or something, and I meet them. I feel they are shaking when they come to take a photo with you or something, and this is a feeling that you cannot describe. But I want to say a big thank you to everybody, and hope everybody is staying home and stay safe, and hope to finish as soon as possible these difficult times, because we have to go back for training, go back for games, to see the fans next to us, and for that I need them to be safe and healthy. Big love from us, from Romania.
Lucian, thank you so much, and Luca, thank you so much for joining and coming on your father's Instagram live as well. And let's not forget, don't be the keeper, play in central midfield or play as a fullback, because you're doing absolutely fine. Let Amrinder Singh be in goal for you.
I will take care of that. I will take care of that.
No, why not? Let him choose whatever he wants. But guys, thank you so much for choosing to be with us on this Monday evening, and take care of yourself, stay safe, and we'll see you in India very soon, singing the national anthem once again.
Thank you very much for invitation. It was a pleasure. See you soon. Stay safe.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Luca. Bye, Lucian. Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, that was a lot of fun and quite unexpected, really, because Lucian was always a part of the plan, but Luca also decided to come in, as he so often does, when we have these ISL match coverages. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this once again. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep coming up with your different questions. We'll have a very special guest joining us in the next edition, and you'll get to know in a day or so who that will be. And I'm sure the Kerala fans would also be interested. But to all the Chennai fans who tuned into this, and all the Mumbai City FC fans as well, it was Lucian Goian like never before, telling us all about his life, right from starting out in Romania, then China, Australia, and of course playing in India and in the Hero ISL for 4 seasons. Pleasure bringing this to you, and I'll see you very shortly. Stay home, stay safe. See you next time. Bye-bye.